This is what they call a LiFEPO4, a lithium iron phosphate battery. This battery is made by Bateria. That's Bateria, not bacteria. B-A-T-E-R-I-A, Bateria Power. It is a 12.8 volt, 100 amp hour lithium LiFEPO4 deep cycle battery. Now, these batteries are very common. You can find them now, but I like this company. They're a fairly new company. They're also introducing them at a very low price. I will just say they're probably lower than a lot of their competitors for their price. Now, I'm going to open this up. I'll show you what's inside it. But this is a battery that can be used for all kinds of different purposes. It can be used just like a vehicle battery. Primarily would be used for like RVs or places where you would need a deep cycle battery. Or in my case, I'm going to be using this for camping. I will show you here my Vardo camper, or what's called a gypsy wagon camper, along with this 20-watt solar panel, will give me about 3 days of power for running all kinds of appliances, recharging gadgets, running my laptop, and even cooking in my Vardo camper. So between the 20-watt solar panel, which will keep this charged up, and the 100 amp hour battery, I've got 3 days of reserve power. Now, this would also work as a backup system for recharging gadgets and things like that, or if you need a emergency power system at your home, a 100 amp hour battery like this, LiFEPO4, will give you lots and lots of capacity for running things like the Alpacool fridge that I've discussed, which is a 12-volt fridge for taking care of medications, keeping food fresh over a blackout at your house. So it's also a good system for that. So let me open this up and I'll show you what the battery looks like. Okay, and just so you can see what I'm going to be using, this is my Vardo or gypsy wagon camper. I built this myself on this trailer. I'm going to be towing it with that truck out there to take camping with me, and I'm going to be using this system, this 12-volt LiFEPO4 battery and this 20-watt solar panel, and that's enough power for me for 3 days of good camping in my Vardo for recharging my laptop, which I use all the time, recharging phones, running some small appliances, and running a 12-volt refrigerator, which is pretty much all I need for power when I go camping. Okay, so I got this out of the box. It was very well packaged in the box with good styrofoam all the way around it, no damage or anything to the battery. Again, this is the Bateria Power 12.8 volt 100 amp hour battery. And here's the technical data. This is a LiFEPO4 battery, nominal voltage 12.8 volts, 100 amp hour, nominal capacity 80 amp hour, nominal energy 1280 watt hours, 4,000 cycles. Now that's really good. 4,000 cycles is going to last you a very long time. Now to compare this, I've used AGM batteries, which all glass matte batteries, which is very common for deep cycles that a lot of us use that are off-grid nowadays. A comparable 100 amp hour AGM battery, you're probably only going to get maybe 5 to 7 years of life out of it. At 4,000 cycles, you're going to get at least a good 10 years of a lifetime, and probably anywhere closer to 12 to 15 years of lifetime of use out of a LiFEPO4 battery. So you're going to get at least double usually of what you'd get for an AGM. So keep that in mind. You're getting about twice the lifespan, and you're getting about twice the capacity, the storage capacity. 100 amp hour AGM, because they can only be drained down to about 50% before you start doing damage to the battery. A LiFEPO4 can be drained down 100%, and you're not doing any damage to the battery. So you're going to get about twice as much storage capacity in a LiFEPO4 battery as you will compared to a 100 amp AGM battery. So keep that in mind when you start thinking about comparing prices on these batteries. Yes, the AGM are less expensive, but you're not getting near as long life cycle, and you're not getting near as long capacity on an AGM as you will a LiFEPO. Now, they also include, which is nice, they include these short cables for connecting it to something like an inverter or something like that. The other LiFEPO4 batteries I got, they didn't include any cables, so that's really nice that they include those. Now, these batteries are this 100 amp hour. One of the reasons I like this, I'm going to be using this in my Vardo, which means I'm going to be putting it in my Vardo when I go camping, and then I'll bring it in the cabin and use it for a backup power supply when I'm not camping. These are relatively light, about 12 kilograms. You can see this, about 12 kilograms. I can lift that up easily with one hand. You know, anybody should be able to lift that up. And if you're using these like for a backup power system, that's really nice because you can move it around. You can put it inside your closet. These are completely maintenance free. There is no maintenance to do on these. You don't have to check water. There's no acid involved in these. They work on a different technology, which makes them so that they can be safely used even inside your home, okay? They don't off-gas like a lead acid battery would. Now, these are used a lot for RVs, small solar power systems, camping, and also for emergency backup power systems. Because you can connect these, which I'll show you here. Then it says on the top of the battery, positive and negative, and just take your cables, okay? Connect them to the positive and the negative. Okay, so it shows in the instructions, just to make sure that I'm reading this correctly, it's showing a red slow flashing light, and according to that, it means that the solar charger is working to charge and the battery is activated. Now, when it turns completely solid green, that means that the battery is completely charged up. Now, this is a 20-watt solar panel. It's going to take quite a while to recharge this battery up. But because I'm only using this battery when I go camping, I can set this up, recharge it. You know, I probably only go camping once a month. I can recharge this battery completely up, no problem, and it'll charge it up probably in about completely from empty to full in about 5 days of good sunshine. And this is enough power to keep it charged for gadgets and the small appliances and things that I'm going to be using this for, running my laptop, recharging my phone, maybe running a few small camping appliances for cooking. This panel will work. If you want, you can get the much larger panels, and I've got 100-watt panels that I could attach to this. A general rule is if you want to recharge a 100-amp-hour battery, you need at least double that in solar power to recharge it about 5 to 6 hours. So you'd want about 200 watts of solar power to recharge this in about 5 to 6 hours of good sunlight. That's just a general rule. But if you're using this sporadically as a backup emergency system, these small 20-watt panels will do the job and keep them charged up. All right, so that is the Bateria Power 12.8-volt, 100-amp-hour LiFEPO4 battery that I'm going to be using for power in my Vardo camper when I go camping. This is the Sun Energies, make sure I get the name correct, Sun Energize 20-watt solar panel with MPPT power controller, much better than PWM, IP96 all-weatherproof casing, and monocrystalline solars with the 3 connectors that you can use for your vehicles, or you can use it for making your own power backup system. All right, folks, hope you enjoyed this video. Have a great day.